This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. In this Business Intelligence Master Program, this is our 26th session. In this session, we are going to talk about Azure Keyword, secure secrets, keys, and the certificates. Basically, Azure Keyword is a managed service which will allow you to store your secrets securely. What is meant by secret? Secret is nothing but your Blob storage key, your data lake storage Gen 2 key. It can be SQL database keys. It can be your Cosmos DB keys. It can be data warehouse credentials. So it can be any sensitive information which you want to store securely. The service that we are going to use is Azure Keyword. Okay, whatever linked services we have created as of today, those are not the exact way how we will create in the real time. So in real time, we want to create keyword how we have created as of today. So whatever credentials we need, those things what we were doing as of today is we are just typing there. We won't type in real time. In real time, all those credentials, all the username and password, or if you have any keys, all those things we will keep it in a Azure Keyword. From there, we will, from the Azure Keyword, Azure Data Factory will read these credentials. Okay, so why you are doing like this? Because if you look at any application programming, I am not sure how many of you know, if you know any web application development, right? So by using Java or Python web application development, or any code, okay, if you are writing any Spark code for connecting to the databases and all those things, what we usually do is we may pass the username and password dynamically through the properties file. In properties file, what we are going to do, we are going to keep the password. Okay, we are going to keep the password. Sometimes what we will do, we will pass the username and password from the metadata table, and we will encrypt these details. Okay, once we encrypt, again we will decrypt. These all are, we are trying to secure, but it's not a it's not a secure, because anyhow you are somewhere you are hard coding, you will have, they will have, like the hackers, they will have some kind of a clue. So when they have some clue, they can able to see your username and password. So once they came to know your username and password, what they can do, right? So let's say if you have given your bank credentials to somebody, what happens, right? So that's what happens. So whatever username and password you have, those things you need to store securely. To store your secret securely, we have a service called Azure Keyword in Azure. Okay, this is the service that we are going to use to create the linked service. Okay, whenever we are creating linked service, we have an option called use Azure Keyword, right? That option we will use in real time. We won't enter username and password just like that in real time. Okay, so we are going to see Azure Keyword today. Okay, so secret is nothing but basically to store all your keys, everything. We are going to use an option called secret. Keys is nothing but whatever username and password, you keep it in the secrets. So these username and password, all these things you want to encrypt with what key you want to encrypt, that keys you can create. Okay, so by using which keys you want to encrypt the username and password you have stored in the secrets. Next, certificates, you can create the certificates, and with the help of certificates also you can provide the permissions. Okay, so all these things we will discuss in detail. Let's see now. In today's session, we are going to talk about scenarios. Okay, what is Azure Keyword in detail? I will explain once again. Common scenarios. Okay, in which scenarios we are going to use Azure Keyword. Keyword accessibility. So by using what all APIs we can able to access the secrets which you have in the keyword. Remember, don't see, two things are very important. Secret is nothing but what? Secret is nothing but your username, password, okay, your keys, whatever you are storing in a Azure Keyword, those are called as secrets. Next, key is nothing but by which key you want to encrypt these details, whatever you have stored in secret. Okay, remember. So now we are going to see keyword accessibility, how you can access the secrets from the keyword by using Python. So we have a Python API. So we have a Scala, by using Scala, by using REST, by using .NET, Java. So by using almost all the things, you can able to access the secrets which you have in the keyword. But one thing is mandatory, you should have a permissions to read. You have a fine-grained control. What it means? So you can control in a very granular level. Okay, you just have to allow them to read the data. Yes, you can allow them to read. If you want to allow them to modify, yes, you can allow them to modify. Depends on the person. depends on level of the designation or something, you are going to provide the access. Okay, next, estimations. We are going to do the estimations, prerequisite, require resources. You know all these things. Next, demo. Demo means we will create SQL database, create tables, create stored procedure. We will create the blob storage, create Azure Data Factory V2. Okay, here create a blob linked service. We are going to create a linked service for blobs with keyword, using integration runtime. So today, again, one more thing, Azure SQL DB linked service with the keyword using integration runtime. Okay, create multiple data sets. So you understood, right? Linked services I am going to create by using keyword with the keywords. By using the keyword service, I will retrieve the username and password, then I will connect to the blob and SQL DB. Now, multiple data sets you can create as per the reference points. We will create a pipeline, debug pipeline, run pipeline, and finally we are going to monitor the pipeline. Okay, clear? Everybody is clear, friends? Now, let's say scenarios. How to create linked service for Azure SQL database with the keyword. We are going to see how you can create. How to create linked service for Azure Blob with keywords. We are going to discuss. Then how to create Azure Keyword, and so how to create Azure Keyword service itself. And first thing, if you want to use Azure Keyword in Data Factory, you need to connect to the Azure Keyword from ADF. We are going to see connect from ADF to keyword. Okay, how to connect to the keyword from ADF we are going to discuss. Then we are going to see how to store secrets in Azure Keyword. Let's say you have username and password, those things you want to store it in Azure Keyword. How you can store these things. Okay, how to use keywords in Azure Data Factory. This is nothing but a same. So once we have connected to the Azure Keyword from Data Factory, we are going to see how to use these things. So we are going to use in a linked services. But linked services, is it limited? No. See, in linked services, you can use when you are creating linked service for database, when you are creating linked service for blob storage, when you are creating linked service for your data breaks, data lake storage, gen 1, gen 2, cosmos db, whatever you connect. So for creating the linked service for any resource, you can able to use the keyword. Okay, next, in today's session we are going to use only copy activity, because we will try to copy data from SQL database to the blob storage and vice versa. If we have some time, we will see how we can copy from blob to SQL database in reverse way as well. Okay, let's see next. What is Azure Keyword? Let's say Azure Keyword helps teams to securely store and manage sensitive information such as keys, passwords, and certificates, etc. So what Azure Keyword is doing? Azure Keyword is a managed service which helps teams, all the development team. What Keyword is doing is it is helping all development teams to securely store and manage sensitive information such as username, password, certificates. Okay, so what they usually do is they usually hard code the things, or they will read it from the property file, but that is not a much secure. So that's why we have a service called Azure Keyword. It helps teams to store their secrets securely, such as keys, passwords, certificates in Azure Keyword. Next, this prevents the disclosure of information through source code, a common mistake that many developers make, right? So many developers, what they will do, they will hard code in a source code, or they may read it from the property file. So that is the problem. So that's why what happens, Azure Keyword, if you store all these things in Azure Keyword prevents the disclosure of information. What it means, nobody can able to see the details which you have kept in the Azure Keyword, because it is immediately encrypted with the some keys which you have created, otherwise with the default keys. Next, many developers leave confidential details such as database connection strings, passwords, private keys, extra in their source code, meaning whatever code they are writing, which when gained by malicious users can result in a undesired consequences. Understood, friends? Because if somebody has seen these credentials, they can do anything. So finally, it will result you as a undesirable consequences. Let's say simple, if I leave my AWS credentials or Azure credentials, somebody is logged in into Azure and he will practice and he will leave services as just like that, then who is going to make a payment? I have to make a payment. Understood? So that's why it's very, very important. Whatever credentials you have, those things you need to store securely. We have a secure place called Azure Keyword to store all secrets securely. Next, access to a keyword requires a proper authentication and authorization, and with RBAC, role-based access control. Okay, RBAC means role-based access control. Now you see, by default you cannot access any secrets, any username and password or keys from the Azure Keyword. You need to have a proper authentication and authorization, and with the RBAC, role-based access control. Okay, based on the role, you'll have a different permissions. Okay, teams can have even fine granular control who has what permission over the sensitive data. Okay, who can do what on the sensitive data. Somebody only can read, somebody can only modify, somebody can just delete. Okay, something like that. Depends on the your role in a project, you will get the access. Okay, as a developer you will not have any access, everything will be managed by your admin. But you need to have a knowledge on this, because if you are working in a small company, what happens is there everything will be done by you. Okay, you will not have a multiple teams for admin, for development and all those things. If you look at the small companies and startups, those people will do everything in and out, right? So you need to have this knowledge. Okay, next. And one more thing is, keyword is the one question that people will ask very frequently in most of the interview. Okay, next, Microsoft takes care of patching, provisioning, and other infrastructure related issues. So you no need to worry about this keyword. So Microsoft takes care of patching, provisioning, and other infrastructure related issues. Everything will be taken care by them. Okay, with respect to the security, all those things. Okay, clear? What is keyword and how you are using keyword? That is a question they will ask for. Okay. Now, what is Azure Keyword? Now you see, Azure Keyword helps solve the following problems. What are the following problems? You see, to store your secrets. Secrets means, as I just mentioned, it can be token, password, username and password, like certificate, API keys, and other secrets. See, secret management. Azure Keyword can be used to securely store and tightly control access to tokens, passwords, certificates, API keys, and other secrets. All the sensitive information you are going to keep it in a secret. That sensitive information is called a secret. So if you're managing all those things, that is nothing but secret management. Next, I talked about key management. Key means, so you need to select with what kind of encryption keys you need to encrypt these secrets. See, key management means Azure Keyword can also be used as a key management solution. Azure Keyword makes it easy to create and control the encryption keys used to encrypt your data. So what it is doing, it is making it easy to create and control the encryption keys. You can create the encryption keys with what keys you want to encrypt the data. See, control the encryption keys used to encrypt your data. Whatever data you have stored here, that data you can able to encrypt. Okay, for encrypting, what keys, encryption keys you want to use, those encryption keys you can able to create and manage by using key management. Next, we have a certificate management. This is basically if you want to create any transport layer, security, secure socket layer, there are some SSL and TLS certificates. So if you look at any website, right, let me just show you one of the websites. See, for our website, right, for our Cloud Pandit website, I have not taken certificate. So when you have not taken certificate, okay, it is coming here, but it's see here not secure. What it is saying, it's saying not secure because I have not taken any certificate. Understood? So likewise, what happens is, what happens if you don't have a certificate, it's not a secure connection. Even some people, when they are accessing our website, it will ask, so it's a not a secure, it is risky to continue, do you want to continue? You have to click advanced to click continue with this website. So like that, you need to take some kind of risk because you don't have any certificate for providing the secure connections. So it's a transport layer security and the secure socket layer. So when you make any request, it will travel across all the 7 layers which you have in the network, right? So it will travel across all the 7 layers, then request will travel something like that. When it is traveling like that, what happens is you need to have a secure certificate so that your connection will be secured. So for that, we need to have a certificate C. How you can manage certificates is by using certificate management. Certificate management. Azure Keyword is also a service that lets you easily provision, manage, and deploy public and private transport layers, security, and secure socket layer. That is, TLS is nothing but transport layer security. SSL is nothing but secure socket layer. Okay, these certificates for use with Azure and your internal connected resources. Okay, these particular certificate you can use for the connecting between the resources, or you can also use for the other like for connecting to the different services, for checking the proper security and all those things. You can able to use the TLS and the SSL certificates. Next, Azure Keyword has two service types. One is standard and premium. So standard means which encrypts with a software key. Okay. Premium tier means which includes HSM. HSM means hardware security module, protected keys. It's a basically physical mission. Okay. With the physical system, you're going to encrypt your data. Standard, if you go with standard with a software key, okay, it's kind of some code. With some code, they are going to encrypt this. Okay, clear? Next, see overview diagram. Let's say my data source is Blob storage. I have a data in Blob storage. So first step that I'm going to do is I will keep all the keys which I have for connecting to Blob storage. For connecting to Blob storage, we have used two. One is SaaS authentication. Second one is access key, right? So you also have a service principal that we are going to see. Now you see, let's say Blob key or SaaS keys. I'm going to keep it in a Azure key. Oh, sorry, I think some issue. See, I'm keeping in a Azure Keyword. Okay, once I keep it in Azure Keyword from Azure Data Factory, now I need to connect to the Blob storage. So first, what I need to do from Data Factory, I need to connect to the keyword, then retrieve the passwords, like whatever keys you need. With those things, Azure Data Factory will connect to the Azure Blob storage. Once it is connected, it can able to read and write the data into the Azure Blob storage. Understood? So data source is Blob storage. Blob storage keys I will store it in Azure Keyword. Now your data factory, if data factory wants to connect to the Azure Keyword, what it has to do? It will connect to the Azure Keyword. Okay, by using linked service only, it is going to connect. Then once you connected, then you can able to read the secrets. Once you read the secret, that is nothing like key or username and password. With those things, you can able to connect to the Azure Blob storage. Once you connected to the Azure Blob storage, then you can able to read and write the data into the Azure Blob storage. Okay, these are the some of the common scenarios. Okay, next, see next, my data sources, if it is a SQL database, what I need to do, same thing, keep your all the credentials in Azure Keyword. Okay, Azure Keyword. Now what you need to do, from Azure Data Factory, now I will connect to the Azure Keyword. I will connect to the Azure Keyword, and I will retrieve the username and password. With the help of this username and password, I will connect to Azure SQL Database. Then I can able to read and write the data. Okay, same thing. I have a next data source. If you have Azure Data Lake Storage, so for Azure Data Lake Storage, you need to do one more thing, because by default Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 1 basically will not have a keys. So that's why you need to create something called app registration. App registration is nothing but we have something called Azure Active Directory. It's a central place where you will manage all username, passwords, certificates, everything. Okay, so it's app registration, like Azure Active Directory is a central place where you are going to manage users, groups, your permissions for what resource, what kind of permissions you want to give. So all the things you need to do it from the all the permissions, everything will be controlled by your Azure Active Directory. Now, what happens is, for you need to create a one application that is nothing but a kind of a user. You can imagine, let's say when you join a company, what company will do, company will create some kind of credentials for you. They will create some access to you. So when you joined first day or first few days, within 1 week, what they will do, they will provide you ID card with your employee ID and all those things. So meaning, how they have created employee ID, because when you were joining, they thought that okay, this person is existed in our company now, so we need to give the some ID. So in the same way, app registration is nothing but you are going to register this application with Azure Active Directory. Then Azure Active Directory will generate some kind of a application ID. Then it is going to create some kind of a password, secrets. Those are called secrets. So all those things you will get. Now what you need to do, this app registration now authorized person, authorized application. This authorized application can able to access anything in Azure, but by default it will not be able to access anything. Now what I will do, I will take app registration and I will add it in my data lake storage. I will add app registration in data lake storage. That is nothing but I will grant the required permissions to my app registration to access data from the data lake storage. Now what I can do, my app registration can able to read and write data from the data lake storage because I have granted the required permissions. Now whatever application ID secrets generated by your Azure Active Directory, right? Those things I will keep it in a keyword. Now my Azure Data Factory wants to connect to the data lake storage. It should go to the keyword. It should bring those application ID secrets. With the help of those things, it should connect to the data lake storage. Then it should be able to read and write the data. Okay, there is one more extra thing will come, that is app registration when you are looking at the data lake storage. Okay. Next overview diagram. Let's consider data lake storage Gen 2. So for data lake storage Gen 2 also same thing. See here what I am doing here, you have something called keys, right? So you have a key for data lake storage Gen 2. So you can directly, what you can do, you just pass this particular key to Azure Keyword. Okay, with the help of that key you can able to connect to the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Now from Data Factory I will connect to the keyword. I will retrieve that key. With the help of that key I can able to connect to the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Then I can able to read and write the data. Remember, for Data Lake Storage Gen 1 only you will not have any keys. For Data Lake Storage Gen 2 you will have a keys, because Data Lake Storage Gen 2 is nothing but the combination of Blob storage and Data Lake Storage Gen 1. Okay. Next, I have a Cosmos DB. Same thing. Cosmos DB things you can store it in a keyword. From Data Factory, I will connect to the keyword. I will retrieve things. I will connect to the Cosmos DB. I will be able to read and write the data. Okay. Now, so let's say you have Azure Synapse Analytics. This is a little bit different because you are going to use something called Polybase. If you're not using Polybase, it is exactly same as your database. Okay. Directly you store username and password. With the help of those things, you can write the data and read the data into the Azure Synapse. But when you are using Polybase, because whenever we are going with the Azure Synapse, we will use the Polybase. Polybase means there is something called Polybase. What this Polybase will allow is, Polybase will allow you to load data quickly into Azure Synapse. For reading data from Azure Synapse, you can do quickly by using Polybase. Okay, that Polybase concept I will explain you later. But remember, Polybase is nothing but you need to use the staging layer. If I want to read data into my Databricks or Data Factory, first data should be loaded into some staging layer, temporary layer. From there, I am going to read the data. In the same way, when I want to write data to Azure Synapse, I cannot write data directly into Azure Synapse. First, I need to write it into some staging layer. Then only I can able to write data into Azure Synapse. Okay. Now, from Azure Synapse Analytics, I will write, like I will keep all the Azure Synapse credentials in Azure Keyword. Then I will create a staging layer. Staging layer you can use as a Azure Blob storage or data lake storage. Okay, this Azure Blob storage key you can store it in a Azure Keyword. Okay, now we have a Azure Data Factory. Okay, what Azure Data Factory is going to do, it will connect to the Azure Keyword and it will retrieve the things. Once it retrieves the things, then it can able to read the data into the Azure Data Factory by using this particular linked service keys. In the same way, if it wants to write data back to the Azure Synapse, so by using these keys, it will write to the Blob storage. From Blob storage, data will go to the Azure Synapse Analytics. Okay, clear, friends? It will be slow if you load data into Azure Synapse. Okay, that's why we are not loading directly data into Azure Synapse. Okay, because they have implemented some mechanism which will load data into Azure Synapse quickly. That's why we need to use the Polybase. That part we will discuss in detail in the upcoming session. Okay, fine. Now, so you know, copy data from SQL DB to Blob storage, how you will do in SQL Server. You are going to create a databases. In database, you can create a table. This table data, I want to load it into Blob storage. First step is you need to create linker service, then create input data set, you know, to refer to this particular table, and you need to use the activity called copy activity. This result sync data set is I want to load data into Blob storage. But if you want to create a data set, what you need to have? You need to have a linker service for Blob. I have created linked service, then I will create output data set. By using this input data set and output data set in copy activity, I will copy data from Azure SQL Database to the Blob storage. Who is going to do all this? Yes. When I run this, my data will be copied into the Blob storage. Who is going to do all these things? Azure integration runtime will be managed by our Azure Data Factory. Okay, fine. Keyword accessibility. By using what all things you can able to access the secrets which you have in the keyword. Azure Keyword service can be accessed using below things. One is Python libraries, Scala libraries, REST API. See, Python and Scala libraries you are going to use when you are connecting to the keyword from the Databricks. But when you are connecting to the keyword from Azure Data Factory, you are going to use a REST calls. Okay, REST API call. You can use .NET, you can use Node.js, you can use Azure CLI and PowerShell Java. So many things are there. I just mentioned few things. Okay. Next, keyword QA. See, some of the questions people will ask, right? So because I have seen these questions in the documentation, I just included. So who takes care of patching, provisioning, and other infrastructure related issues? Let's say somebody, what happens sometimes, right? So I think last year we have seen, so in many companies, many systems got affected with some virus. So in those cases, immediately we need to patch. So software like cloud providers also, they need to take care of all their infrastructure. Immediately they are going to install the patching. Okay, anti softwares they are going to install some kind of, right, antivirus. Now who is going to do? Microsoft does all these things. You don't need to worry about this. Next, how can the application access this keys? Remember, applications have no direct access to the keys. You cannot access directly these keys. You need to use an appropriate SDK based on your framework and language. So based on your, maybe if you want to connect from a Databricks, Python code, then you need to use Python libraries, Scala libraries you need to use. Then you need to use REST calls from the Azure Data Factory, something like that. Okay, see here, Azure CLI portal, okay, or PowerShell provides an easy interface to work with the keys. Okay, you cannot access directly from the portal or from CLI, from PowerShell. By using some libraries, you can able to connect and you can able to access it. What kind of data should be stored? Remember, secrets which are less than 10 KB. So if your key is very big, the size of that key is more than 10 KB, you cannot store. But we will not have a key which is having more than 10 KB of size. Okay, secrets which are less than 10 KB should be stored in the Azure Keyword. Database connection string, social network client keys, subscription keys, license keys, and many other keys could be stored and managed easily with using AKV. What is AKV? Azure Key Vault. A means Azure, key, K means key, V means vault. Azure Key Vault. Okay, next. What kind of operations are supported? You see, for keys, we talked about three management: key management, secret management, and certificate management. For keys, so you can able to create, import, get, list, backup. You can take backup, everything you can able to do. For secrets, create, update, get, list, delete. Meaning you can store something, you can update the existing value, then you can read this particular value, whatever password username you stored, and list means you can just list down all the things which you have available. If you want to delete particular username and password, you can able to delete particular thing. Okay, same for certificates, we have create, update, policy, contract, import, renewal, updates, everything we have. Okay, next, estimations. You know how many linked services we need. We need one linked service for database, one linked service for the blob storage. Data sets we need depends on reference point. Activities, I'm going to use a one copy activity which is required to copy data from Azure SQL Database to the blob storage. How many pipelines we are going to use? One pipeline. What type of IR we will use? Azure integration runtime. Require prerequisite, we should know what is Azure SQL Database, blob storage, Azure Data Factory integration runtime, linked service, data set, activity, and pipeline. Okay, I forgot to mention keyword. So we already talked about keyword. So we should have a knowledge on the keyword as well. Okay, fine. Now required resources: Azure SQL Server, Azure SQL Database, blob storage, Azure Data Factory V2, and our keyword also we need. Okay, we need to create the keyword as well. I just forgot to mention those things. Okay, clear friends? We need a keyword as well. Okay, you see here what prerequisite. See, now I just included. See, we need a keyword as well. We should have a knowledge on keyword. Now the required resources, if you see SQL Server, database, storage, Azure Data Factory V2, and we also need to create a keyword service. Okay, let's go and do all those things now. Okay, any questions before I go and do the things?
Malaya, what is the service principal?
Service principal, I just explained, right? Service principal is nothing but a app registration. Okay.
Okay, app registration, right? Yeah. And one more question. And once the develop is completed, development, and how to convert from development to test to okay, production.
See, your project things you don't ask here. Okay. So in your project, you got some requirement, you should not ask here. So that is the different concept, right? Deployment that will come in Azure DevOps. Now total the session is different. Your question is irrelevant.
Okay, Malaya.
You can ask me later, okay, after the session. Okay, so let's create one by one now. SQL database. Just click on SQL databases. Click add to create the SQL databases. Okay, it's a free trial. Resource group. Let's create resource group. Click here. Cloud Pandit. Okay. See Cloud Pandit. BI Master. Click OK. Come now. So database name I will say Cloud Pandit. SQL DB. Let's click create new. Let's create Cloud Pandit. Anybody practice yesterday, friends? Let me enter username here. Password. You face the same that IP address issue or not? Anybody practice? The username and password I entered. I am launching our SQL Server in East US. Click OK. Then just click review. Press that. Click create. Let's open portal here. Anybody practiced? Anybody faced same issue which we have received yesterday? Some IP address was changing right frequently.
Yes, Malaya. Earlier, I faced the same issue too many times. Whenever I connect to Azure Data Studio, every time they ask me for this add a client IP.
You got a issue only yesterday or previously you have same issue?
No, previously also.
But previously we don't have any issue, right? We have verified.
No. The thing is, you are creating this daily, every day new resources and new database and all, right? But in our case, we are not do like that, right? And we create once and we keep use the same. That is the reason. Whenever I connect, every day it's asking.
Network. See, network means, let's say now I connected from my Wi-Fi. Okay, when power cut, then I need to connect from my mobile hotspot. In that case, my IP client IP will change. Okay, so I need to add in that case. But so yesterday what happened, I am using same network, but my IP was keep on changing. The reason might be in Data Factory the server was not available. That's why our jobs also jobs was queued right yesterday. So let's see today. So I hope we will not have same issue today. Okay, let's click on storage accounts. Click add to create the storage account. Okay, let me just select the resource group here with the resource group and storage account, and I will say Cloud Pandit storage. Okay, so keep everything as this. Click view here. Click create. Now, when it comes to let's open portal in next tab. So we have database storage account. Let's create the data factory. on Data Factories. Click Add to create the Data Factory. Resource group is Cloud Funded BI Master Program. Okay. Cloud Funded BI ADF V2. Git configuration, we will configure it later. Review plus create. Running final validation, you can create this. Now open portal once again. Let's create, see, you have a keyword, otherwise you can search your keyword. Okay, just click on keywords. Click add to create the keyword. So this is a free trial resource group, you know. In this resource group I want to create. Keyword name is same. Cloud Funded. What I am going to do, BI Azure Keyword. So this name is available. So region is east to west. Pricing tier is standard. Okay, you have a standard and a premium. Premium means C, HSM. Okay, it's not a software case, it's a hardware case. Standard, let's go with the standard. As I mentioned in our slides, standard and premium you will have two. So let's go with standard. And here you have something called soft delete. So soft delete means what happens, even though you have deleted your keyword, this keyword you can retain back within the 90 days. Okay, let's say you realize that by mistake you deleted something, you can able to retain it back. If you have done it a soft delete, that's why soft delete is by default enabled, you cannot disable. Okay, so if you enable this, it will become a, what it is going to do, it is purge production enable. If you do this, soft delete will be disabled internally, and your like hard delete will happen, like purge production will be enabled. What it means, once you delete your keyword, then whatever after that, once you delete, you realized by mistake you deleted, then if you want to retain it back, you cannot retain it back, because purge production you enable, and when you enable purge production, soft delete will be disabled automatically internally. Okay, now just click access policy. Now whom you want to allow to access the this like whatever things we have in your Azure keyword. Now my Azure Data Factory should be able to access the keys which I have in the keyword, right? Secrets which I have in the keyword. Understood? For that I need to add the Azure Data Factory here, but I will add it later. Just click networking, leave as is, click tags, leave as is, click press create. Okay, just provided my details. Running final validation. Final validation is fine, just create it. Now you see Data Factory is ready, storage, database, everything is ready. Let's go to the database now. Go to resource. Click set server firewall. Okay, let's click add client IP. Okay, this is client IP. I just saving. Sorry. Okay, I saved. Okay, sorry friends. Okay, I saved now. Go to your server. Okay, copy this server name. Open your Azure Data Studio. Okay, I will just create a one table. Okay, yeah, that is okay. Even if you are not doing that, it will work. Let's see now. So just click on this. So this is okay. Here it should not be this. The new server and username is supplier. Let me enter my password. This is Cloud SQL DB. Just click connect. See, I'm able to connect here. Right click on this, just click refresh first thing. After that, right click on new query. Okay, so we are here. Fine. See, we are here. So now what I will do, I will just fire the queries one by one. Okay, so how to create table, you know, right? Create table, first table I want to create. CID int cname varchar 50. The location is varchar. Okay, 50. Insert into first table, values are 1. Then I need to say C location. C location is nothing but, let's say 20. Then 2. Okay, something like that. These 3 records I'm taking and I'm creating the table. Run it. It is affected. Let's select the star from first. Okay, run it. Okay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. I have 3 records. These 3 records I want to load it into the blob storage. Okay, everything is done with the database. Come to storage, go to resource, cloud storage, click containers. In this, you see you don't have any container. Come to data factory, click on go to resource. Now click on author and monitor. Okay, so now let's go to the manage tab. Observe carefully. Okay, linked service, click new. So first let's try to connect to the blob storage. Okay, click on blob storage, click continue. This is the linked service. Okay, I'm just saying ls. Okay, Azure blob storage. See, you have a account key, but now you see here 2 things: connection string and Azure keyword. Okay, do you simply want to select something like this? If you select, key will load and you can test the connection will be successful, everything is fine, but key is loaded automatically. Okay, if it is successful. Now we also have seen SAS URI. If it is a SAS URI, you have entered the URL here, you have entered the token here. Okay, how to connect this? Let's go to the storage account, come to shared access signature. Okay, we have done all these things. Let's quickly discuss. Okay, let's allow services, containers, objects to create and delete all those things. Just click generate SAS connection string. Once you generate it, come down. See, this is the connection string, this is SAS token, this is the blob service URL. Now what you need to do? See here, this is the SAS token. Copy this, come to data factory. So here I need to put the SAS token. Okay, here I need to put the SAS URL. Come here. So this is the SAS URL. Okay, just to take this up to your .NET. That's all. Come here, put this URL and test the connection. So connection successful again. But the problem here is we see like we are using here like URL and token, both we are hard coding. Okay, we should not hard code. I will use a Azure keyword. Here also I will use Azure keyword. So what happens when you use Azure keyword here? When you use Azure keyword here, what is going to happen is it is going to ask you the linked service for your keyword. Once you provide linked service for your keyword, then it will ask you to view the secret name. Okay, what is this? Everything we will discuss in detail. Okay, now you understood, right? So it is going to ask you to enter your your Azure Keyword linked service, then secret name. Okay, so what is secret name? What is how you can create Azure Keyword linked service? Everything I will explain. Here also you see Azure Keyword linked service. See AKV linked service. That is nothing but Azure Keyword linked service, and you need to give the secret name. Okay, so next, if you are maintaining any secret version, then you need to give the secret version here. Okay, fine. Now we'll do one thing. Okay, this is okay. Now go to, yeah, 1 second. Let's cancel this. Now you understood, right? You need two things to create a linked service for Blob and database with Azure Keyword. You need to have a Azure Keyword linked service first. Second one is secret name. So before you get all those things, let's try to create a linked service for your Azure Keyword. Click new. Let's search for your Azure key. See Azure Keyword key. Select this. Click continue. Here LS, okay, linked service for Azure Keyword. Okay, LS for Azure Keyword. Okay, subscription is this one. So Azure Keyword name you need to select. That's all. See, this is the Azure Keyword. Let's try to test the connection. Connection is successful. Even though connection is successful, you will not be able to read. That I will show you. Okay, connection is successful. You can create the linked service for your Azure Keyword. Is it clear to all of you how I have created Azure Keyword linked service? I did not do anything. Just click on this. I selected the this name, Azure subscription. You can select Azure Keyword name. I selected. That's all. These two I selected. Okay, just to test connection. Everything will be automatically. You will be able to connect to the Azure Keyword. But as I have connected automatically, will I be able to read the username and password from Azure Keyword? Remember, no, I will not be able to read. The reason I will tell you. So before that, we need to follow steps. First step is, let's say I want to connect to the Blob storage. The easiest way is by using access key. I want to connect. Take this key. Don't hard code in a Blob storage linked service. Instead of that, copy this. Go to your Azure Keyword. Let me go to the Azure Keyword. Click on go to resource. Remember, from Blob I have taken the key. I'm going to the Azure Keyword. See, here you have something called secrets. This is a key management. This is a secret management. This is a certificate management. Now I want secrets to store my secrets. Click on secrets. Click generate/import. Here you need to give. So is it a manual or certificate? It's a manual. Okay. Now we don't have any certificate, right? So name is nothing but it's a Blob key. I will say the name of my secret is Blob key. Okay, this should be, you need to give this particular secret name in your Azure Data Factory linked services. Okay, so what is the value? That value is nothing but a Blob storage key I need to select. Okay, how can I select? Copy this. We have two keys, key 1 and key 2. You can select any key. Okay, let's select this or let's select this. Anything is fine. Okay, copy this. Come to keyword. Let's paste this one here. What type of this? You just put something Blob type something. Okay, otherwise you leave it. This is not a mandate, it's option. There is no dependency with this. There is nothing is going to change by providing this content type. Next, when this key should be active, from what date to what date? Maybe you can say this key should be expired by 2020 December 31st. So something like that. If you want to put some expiry date, you can put. So activation date. This particular key should be activate from tomorrow. From tomorrow, anybody can able to use this particular key. Then you can put start activation time and end activation time. For now, I'm just leaving. When you leave it, it will be active from now and it will be expired. There is no expired date. Okay, there is no expired date. Next, do you want to enable this? Okay, do you want to enable this? So you can also disable this. Disable means nobody can able to read this. Okay, I want to enable this so that anybody can able to read. Okay, just click create. Now can you tell me what all things I have done in my Azure Keyword? I just created the secret. What is my secret name? Blob key. Remember, my secret name is Blob key. Now come to Data Factory. Okay, now I already connected to the my Azure Keyword. Linked service is available. Let's try to create a linked service for Blob now. select Azure Blob Storage, continue. This is a ls Azure Blob Storage. Okay, by using integration runtime, account key only. So by using Azure Keyword, I want to read. So Azure Keyword is this. And now, what is the secret name? Linked service we provided. This is the one we created. Secret name is, what is secret name? Tell me, friends.
Blob key.
Blob
Very
key.
good. Blob key. You just have to give the blob key here. Okay. Now, will I be able to connect? Remember, I will not be able to read the data. Now you see, it will fail. Why it failed? Because I don't have access to read. Simply you are trying to read, will they allow? No. You need to grant the required permissions, then only you can able to read. Okay. Currently what happened? So see, caller was not found or any access policy in this keyword. Okay. We are not in the access policy, meaning we don't have a permissions to read the secrets. Everybody cannot able to read these keys. So you need to grant the permissions. So my data factory name is this. This data factory, you need to grant the required permissions from the keyword. Okay, go to keyword, go to access policies. Okay, while you are creating itself, you can add, otherwise you need to add now. Click add access policies. Okay, now you need to tell. So what all things you want to allow. So only secret management or everything. So I want only secret management. So if you want the key, secret and certificate, you just select everything. So when you select everything, so you see what all things you want to do. You just want to get, you want to list, you want to update, you want to create, everything you want to do. So whatever you want to do for those things, you can able to select it. So I'm just, see, this is for the key permission, this is for secret permission, this is for certificate. So I have included these things also in our slides, right? So for secret management, what all operations you can do, for certificate management, what all operations you can do. So now what I'm doing, I'm just allowing everything, but in real time they won't allow everything. So for secrets mainly we need to focus. So if you want to read, only read access means get and list. Okay, if you want to create, set. If you want to allow, delete. Okay, recovery and a backup also will be given only for the admin team. Okay, for now I'm just giving everything. Now these all permissions you want to grant to whom? Click selected, none selected, right? Click selected now. Now it will ask you to tell the name. So my data factory should be able to access. So give the data factory name. So Cloud Pandit ADF2, ADF2. Select this, click select. So you added the data factory now. Just click add. Okay. So after I add, many people think that okay, I'm done. No, it's not committed. You need to save to commit these changes. Okay, this is very important. Many people will confuse because many people reached me in previous batches. They told like it is not working, so they forgot to save these things. Okay, careful. Now come here. Now you test the connection. Don't worry. Just now we have granted the permission. Maybe it may take some time. Oh, sorry, not here. Sorry. You should not put the key. You need to put the connection string, because in connection string you will have complete information, storage name and account, like account key. Because you have just put the this particular key, what it is saying. See, the error has changed now. Error is saying it is able to read, but with that error it is not able to connect. See, now the error is not access policies. It is saying invalid storage connection string provided to unknown location. So the reason is you just put the key. So with that key you will not be able to connect. You need to have a account name, everything. That's why I need to give the connection string. Copy this. So let's put this connection string in our keyword where we need to keep in secrets. Now click generate / import. I will say it's a blob cs connection string. Okay, let me just paste it here. Now click create. I'm not changing anything. Okay, now I need to say blob CS in my data factory. Okay, I hope everybody understood this. So blob CS. Now test the connection. Connection is successful. Understood this? Everybody understood, friends? Because if you use key, this is the plain key, but what is the storage information, storage name, all those things will not be available in this key. That's why it has thrown error saying that invalid string. So when you have given connection string, it is not throwing any error, because in connection string you will have, see, your actual key is there here. Okay, along with that your storage name. Okay, by using the second key, which storage you want to connect, this is a storage. So all that information we will have in the connection string. That's why we need to provide a connection string, not a key. Okay, but when you see connection string, it is having free trial and storage account name you are going to select. When you select a storage account name, key will be loaded dynamically. Now from Azure Keyword, you need to pass both the things, but for passing both the things you don't have two options. Only in one option you should be able to pass. If you select a blob key, you are just passing blob key. There is no clear information in the key. You just have a key. By using that key, to which storage to connect, we don't have that information. That's why we need to use a connection string. Blob CS, if I use, I'm able to connect to the blob storage. Is it clear to all of you? Can you quickly confirm, friends? Okay, with this I'm going to create the linked service for my blob storage. Now I want to create a linked service for my SQL database. SQL database, click Azure SQL database, continue. This is ls Azure SQL DB. See, here also there are two things. One is, you can say here connection string you can give, connection string Azure keyword. So everything you need to put it in that connection string and you need to store it. That is one way. Second way is, you just want to keep your password in the Azure keyword. You just want to refer your password from the Azure keyword. One thing is, you can keep your storage name, server name, username, password, everything in a connection string. From the connection string, you can able to, from the connection string, you can able to, what you can do is, you can able to connect to the Azure SQL database by using linked service. Second one is only password. Okay, I will explain you both the things. Okay, first thing, I will keep only password in the Azure keyword. Okay, let's go to the subscription. Let's select the server name. Let's select database name. Okay, username, I will just enter my username, but password I want to keep it in my Azure keyword. But password I want to keep it in my Azure keyword. For that, go to keyword, click generate/import. Here I will say db user. I will say here db user is already there, right? We have to put it. The only thing we need to put is db password. db password I will say here, my password I will enter. Okay, just create it. It's a db password. Now go to your data factory. You have Azure keyword. Select linked service, this one. So secret name is db password. Let's test the connection. IP has changed again. What is that? Okay, let's select this 40.82.251.361. We'll just look into this issue, okay, as soon as possible. But for now, we just click set server firewall. Set add client type. So client type is not this one. So by using this one, I connected. So whenever you are trying to connect from, maybe I need to turn on this, save it. So if I turn on automatically, I will be able to connect or what. So I forgot to add this yesterday or what, something. We'll see now. Test the connection once again. Yes. So when you turn on this, what happens is automatically your data factory will get the access. Like all Azure services will get the access. See now. So without adding that another IP, I'm able to connect. I think yesterday we forgot to turn on this. Okay. Now you see, without adding anything, I'm able to connect. Understood, friends? Now we'll do one thing. Okay, I just read the password from the password from the Azure keyword and I am able to connect. Now I will create a linked service in another way. Just create this linked service as well. What do you say? So first thing is what we need to do if you want to use linked service. I don't know Blob to how it is created. First linked service connection you need to save. So once you save the linked service for your Azure keyword, then only you can able to use in the other linked services. Okay, this is done. Let's click new now to create your Azure SQL database. Let's connect to the SQL database. Select Azure SQL database, click continue. This I can check. ls Azure SQL DB with the password. So I'm just giving with the password. So I will say here password. This is like subscription date, server name, database name, username. I will just start code here. Password we need to read it from here. This is the Azure keyword. Secret name. What is the secret name? Secret name is DB password. Take connection. I'm able to create the linked service for the SQL database by using the password keyword. Okay, password I kept in the keyword and I am able to read. Now I want to create one more same linked service. Okay, SQL database linked service. This time what I wanted to do, I want to use a connection string ls Azure SQL DB. Okay, linked service for connection string. See, don't use all these things. Simply say Azure keyword. So here you need to provide direct connection string. Okay, so you need to provide direct connection string. Now what you need to do, go to database, come down, go to connection strings, go to JDBC, you take all of this. Okay, and what I will do, see, this is my server name, this is my database name, and username I have, and password I will keep it here, and remaining select this encryption equal to true. Certification is we don't have any trusted certificate, server certificate, and host certificate is something. Logging timeout is 30 seconds. Okay, if I am not able to log in within 30 seconds, it will throw timeout. Okay, so all these details I will include it include there. Okay, let me just what I need to do. I will I will replace my password here. Okay, I just copied my pass. Okay, I have taken the password. With password I have created the connection string. Now this is the Azure keyword. Okay, just use the Azure keyword. Now yeah, before you create the linked service, go to Azure keyword. Let's create the new secret. In this secret, what you need to do, dbcs connection string. Okay, let's paste this, create it. This is the dbcs, right? Come here, let's say here dbcs database connection string. Let's test the connection. Keyword not supported. I think JDBC will not work. Let's go with this way. It should work with this. The JDBC it will not support, I guess. Let's go with this. Okay, let's take .NET connection string. Let me just replace password here. See, password you just have to put something like this. Okay, if you have any password, Bangalore @123. Okay, so something like that you just have to give, and you need to copy this particular thing. Okay, let me just I just taken now. Let's come to your Azure keyword here. Let's click generate / import. Here you say dbcs1. Okay, this is the new connection string dbcs1. Let's put the connection string here, create it. The dbcs1 I will try to use here. Where is dbcs1? Just let's put here dbcs1 and test the connection. The connection is successful. Okay, .NET like this syntax will work, but JDBC is not working. Okay, you can take any syntax, there is no issue, right? So okay, so with this I am able to create the linked service for my database. So with the only password I just referred from the keyword. Next thing is from entire connection string, all the details I kept it in my keyword. From the keyword I am able to create the linked service. Okay, with this you can publish all these things. Click publish. So once we have linked services ready, I hope everybody know how to copy the data. Quickly I will try to copy the data from SQL database to the Blob store. Okay, come to author tab. Let's click new, click pipeline. Okay, just bring the copy data activity. Okay. So name you can say PL for data SQL DB to Blob. Okay. This is the name of this source data set I need to create. What is my source? SQL database. Okay, let's say here SQL database. This is SQL database. Continue. This is BS for Azure SQL DB. Let's say linked service. Which linked service? Let's go with this linked service. Okay, both are same, right? So now we'll select the table. This is the table. Click OK. What is my target? Okay, I'm just creating the linked service for my store. Let's create the linked service for my target. Blob storage. Click continue. As a JSON I want to load. Click continue. You say JSON DS for Azure Blob storage. Use this linked service. Then container name I can say custody data. Okay, let's click OK. Now okay, so as we don't have any container or data files, so you cannot import this schema. You click none and let's click debug. So job is queued today also. You see your copy activity succeeded. Let's click here. You can see 3 records we have in source we know. So those 3 records it read and it has written into the target. Okay. Let's come here where you will go now. Let's go to overview. Click on containers. Go inside custody data folder. See db.custody.json. If you open this, you will have a 3 records. Okay, you have everything. Okay, clear, friends? Any questions, any doubts? Everybody's clear? Any questions, friends? Okay, if no questions, that's all for today, friends. Thank you.